A bad day at the office for a Buffalo Bills player yesterday. Vontae Davis, a cornerback, quit in the middle of the game. The Bills were trailing by 22 points at the half, so he walked into the locker room, got changed into his street clothes, left the stadium, said, see ya, issued a statement after the game saying, I didn't want to be old and decrepit. I didn't want to make a big deal with my teammates. I didn't want to embarrass them anymore.
Yeah. So, you know how to not make a big deal? You know how to be real subtle and
Right.
Sneak out the side door? Do it in the middle of a game.
Yes, at halftime, Vontae Davis quit yesterday. Have you ever had that bad of a day on the job?
Well, I will say this. My Giants may have lost yesterday, but Eli didn't quit in the middle of the game, so that's good news. Yes, when I was 16, I worked at, I guess I can say this, a Kmart, and I had on a really cute, little romper thing. It was popular back then,
right.
Back in the 80s, and the manager came over, and she was so mean, and she yelled at me at the register, and she said, "You look like you're wearing pajamas. Pajamas." And I was just stunned. It was like my first job in high school. And I just walked over to the break room, grabbed my little purse, and left. I had to call my mom from a payphone outside because I didn't drive. So it's a little less dramatic. But I was out.
I quit a radio job one time that I had agreed to take over the phone. Got to the place. It turned out it was literally in a Quonset hut in the middle of nowhere. I called the owner that night from the hotel where they were putting me up for the night. I said, no, I can't do this. Plus, my co-host was supposed to show up to a meeting that night and she never showed. And the consultant wanted to get high with me in the parking lot. I'm thinking,
So for a lot of people, though, that would be a reason to take the job.
I guess.
Previously on Beth and Dave in the morning.
Lifing our way through a Monday.
Look, I see life as a verb.
That was Matthew McConaughey in a Time.com interview.
Can he use it in a sentence, please?
Would you like to life with me later today and go cycling?
I got to give that some thought.
All right.
I think I come up with something there. I would like to be caking through life. I would like to be ice creaming through life.
Ice screaming. I see what you did there.
Sometimes ice screaming.
Yeah, right.
Be married to you.
Beth and Dave in the morning.
Anyone know what this is, class? Anyone?
On Light 98.7.
Anyone?
Your at work station.
If you have bad neighbors you want to tell us about, 7210987. Greg, what do you got?
Well, we go up to Remsen to Barnfest every year, right?
Okay.
You guys go up there?
Yes.
I and the wife are walking up the street, and there's this lady walking right up past us, drops trowel and takes a pee right on the road.
Wow.
I'm dead serious about this.
So wait a minute. So in the road or at least on the yard like a dog?
Well, on the side, on the sand. Took a whiz right there. We're like, we just kind of walk by,
Yeah. Did she bring her own TP?
No. I did notice that there was no leaves or anything involved.
Previously on Beth and Dave in the morning.
Doga?
Dog. Yoga. You could do yoga with your dog. But see, my thing is, the second that your butt's up in the air, you know what's going on. They're like, hey, how you doing?
Well, so maybe cat yoga would be better because the cats really wouldn't care. They'd just whatever, do your yoga.
The cat would be gone. They'd be like, I don't know what that idiot's doing. She's so stupid.
Where do you draw the line? Snake yoga, elephant yoga? What's next?
I think elephant yoga could prove fatal.
Beth and Dave with the best variety of the 80s through today on Light 98.7.
Eliud Kipchoge ran a marathon in Berlin on Sunday, shattered the current record. He ran 26.2 miles in 2 hours, 1 minute, 39 seconds. I'm not sure I could drive 26.2 miles doing
Especially
that.
with the traffic on the arterial.
And for those of you who aren't marathoners, like most of us, that's roughly the 2 minute barrier is like the 4 minute mile.
Wow.
That's the 2 hour barrier. They've been trying to break this 2 hour mark for the marathon for quite some time. I would imagine they're probably going to get it done in the next few years. But oh man.
I read somewhere that he shattered the record by almost an entire minute.
I mean, it's when you think about how fast he's running for how long he's running, that's absolutely insane. I couldn't run that fast for 1 mile, maybe not even 100 yards.
He was definitely world recording.
He was lifing, recording, and run-fering or something.
Yes.
But then it makes me think, we were talking about this vaguely the other day, like somebody was the first person to eat cheese on an IKEA couch at midnight.
Setting that record, right?
Right,
Yep.
exactly. So I was trying to think about what record I can set.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to involve donuts, Target, and possibly having my feet up. I could binge watch Fixer Upper while in a Target eating donuts. I would 100% set that record.
I don't know what record I could set, but I know what record I would like to try and set, and that would be the decathlon record. Now, stay with me for a minute. Here.
Okay,
stay
Dave,
with me for
because I know you, and I know how many parts of your parts are not lifing very well.
It's hopeful and wishful here on my part, because if you're training for the decathlon, you're going to be in the best shape. So even just the training to become the world record would get all your body parts in shape. That's what I'm thinking of right there.
That's why I'm the realist in this relationship. In every relationship, there's the dreamer and the realist.
You're right.
I, for sure, am the realist.
Don't crush my dreams, Beth. Don't crush my dreams.
That's what wives are for, Dave.
Beth and Dave with the best variety of the 80s through today on Light 98.7.